Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and today we are checking out Persona 3 Portable plus FES, okay? Because Persona 3 Portable, for the longest time, was only available way back on, like, PlayStation 2, I want to say. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And then, of course, we had PlayStation Portable that was available on the Persona 3 Portable that was available on the PlayStation Portable. And there are some differences between those. I'm not here to talk about those differences, at least not right now, maybe after we get through these trailers. But one of the things that we were always asking for was like, yo, Atlas, Sega, give us some games that we want to play from the past today. And they were like, no. And they were like, fine, we'll put Persona 4 Golden on Steam for $20, or was it 20 or 30? I think it was 20. It was a really reasonably priced port. So they threw Persona 4 Golden on Steam, and it became the best-selling JRPG on Steam in like a week. They sold like 500,000 copies of Persona 4 Golden in a month, or some just absurd number. And Atlas and Sega went, wait, what? 500,000 copies of a game from 2008 on a platform that we've never put games on before? And everyone went, yeah, we've been trying to tell you to please put the games that we care about on other platforms. And they were like, oh, okay. And then they finally put Persona 5 Royal on everything besides the PlayStation, and it sold 1 million copies in a week. They were like, all right, well, I guess we can put it onto some other stuff. And it sold an extra 1 million in like a week. Good God, Atlas and Sega, pay attention. Thankfully, now they're putting more things, and that includes Persona 3 Portable coming to all platforms on, I think it's January 18th or 19th, very, very soon. And then Persona 4 Golden is also being ported to all the platforms that it is not on that same day. It is currently available on old PlayStation platforms and Steam, and it's coming to, both of these are coming to Xbox Game Pass, they're coming to Xbox, they're coming to Nintendo Switch, and so on. So, that said, I don't know a whole lot about Persona 3, and that's what we're here for. I did play Persona 4 Golden when it came out on Steam. We played it on stream, and we absolutely loved it. We played like 114 hours, and we were sad that it was over. We were like, this could have kept going, and I would not have been upset. We're playing through Persona 5 Royal right now on stream, and I imagine we will feel the same way when we get to the end of it. If we're like, man, that was 150 hours. And I wouldn't have been sad if it kept going, because if what I've seen so far, if just how delightfully like addictive and engaging these games are with their characters and their mechanics and stuff, I will be probably sad when I get to play Persona 3 Portable and I get all the way through it, because that just seems to be just how good these games are. And I'm hoping that we hear about Persona 6 soon. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here for Persona 3. Now, we are going to go way back to the past, and I will warn you, this trailer, even in terms of YouTube years, is 15 years old. This was uploaded August 2nd, 2007, and it has a maximum quality of 240p. Now, you got a slightly smaller window there than the 1440p screen that I'm looking at. I'm just giving you that warning that it's probably going to look old. so we'll start all the way back at the beginning. This is Persona 3.
Soon, the end will come.
Do you remember the night you came here? You had to have noticed the signs.
What?
Didn't it feel like you were in a different time? That's the dark hour. We'd like you to lend us your strength.
A machine is created for a purpose. Mine is to defeat you.
Fate permitted me to live.
Shut up!
You might say I was chosen.
I've made up my mind. I won't let you do this to her anymore!
Only a select few wield the power of a persona. And the Dark Hour is a frontier that is ours alone to explore.
There's no telling what will happen if we don't do something about the shadows.
I can count the pixels.
You all hypocrites. Said shut up.
Don't look up.
We call them the shadows.
Yeah, so what?
What was that?
It's actually easy for me to look at this screen.
To truly live, you will need to make changes.
has come for you to wield your power. Going forward, there is one thing you mustn't forget. You must accept your destiny.
Shall we begin?
Midnight's just around the corner.
Your screen looks way better than mine. Like way better. I'm actually able to read things on this little monitor over here. On my main screen, I can't read shit. Like these little menu screens that were in here, where'd they go? I cannot express how blurry this text is for me. It looks all right on this little one. On this little one, it's actually like legible almost. But on this big screen, where was it? This menu. Yeah, these menus, I can actually read this, right? Skill, item, persona, equip, status, S-link system. It's basically illegible on this screen. It's almost completely illegible. Now, so one thing I will say is that I remember seeing people talk about this, about one of the things that will probably be a matter of conflict about Persona 3 today. Besides that, all the Persona games are rated M for mature. And believe me, they are not afraid to show you why they are rated M. Persona 5, especially so far, has had some insane moments where I'm like, wow, okay, yeah, this is rated M. Holy shit. But Persona 3 is also rated M, and one of the things that will, like I said, will probably be a point of, like, won't age well in general, especially because of the way that society has thankfully shifted, is that the way the characters in this game activate their personas is they take a gun and they shoot themselves in the head every time. So, yeah, word of warning moving forward, because we'll probably see it more. But anyway, we're going to keep going now. So again, 15 years ago, now August 7th, so 5 days later, for the trailer number 2, I will again be looking over here so that I can actually see what's happening. But yeah, so let's keep going on this journey. Am I getting copywritten for this? Probably not. Most Persona music's pretty safe. Yeah, that's some fucking dark imagery. Fuck. Alright. I'm amazed they were allowed to air this on fucking TV. Remember, this is old stuff. This would have still been commercials on television. You would have seen this on like a Toonami probably, because it wouldn't have been on standard Cartoon Network. Some Spike TV type commercials. Crazy how different video game trailers are across the years, right? Like both these trailers, they're 15 years old, and neither of these trailers would be cut this way at all today. We watch a lot of trailers on this channel, so it's interesting to see just how different video games were advertised such a long time ago. All right, so Persona 3 FES. This is the teaser trailer for that. This is the definitive cut of it. Almost all the Persona games, they get essentially like a director's cut. So you had Persona 3, Persona 3 FES, which then even got an additional version. Some people think it's an upgrade. Some people think it's not. Not here to debate that, but Persona 3 FES is the director's cut of it. Persona 4 Golden is the director's cut of that game. Persona 5 Royal is the director's cut of that game. They always get like more characters, more story, more mechanics and stuff like that in it. It's an upgraded like definitive edition style stuff. So this is the trailer for the FES version. We have made it up to 480p instead of 240p. I can actually read this text on screen this time. So let's take a look at that too. Nominated for numerous 2007 awards. Sorry, I have to turn it down just a little bit. It's a little loud for me. That was sick. There was no gameplay in that whatsoever, but that trailer was really, really cool. I don't know if I'd be glad that it's a game or pissed that it's not an anime. Now, it might be an anime. I know that there are animated like versions of a lot of the Persona games. I don't know if Persona 3 got one. I know that Persona 4 there is an Persona 4 the animation, and it roughly follows the storyline of the base game. I don't know if Persona 3 got one. Okay, so that was just the teaser trailer though. There's a movie? Okay. So this is the actual official trailer for Persona 3 FES. We have changed music genres several times. Huh, that was abrupt. Still good music. Started to head more towards what I associate Persona with, do with jazzy kind of brass sound. Yeah, definitely for sure. Man, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Go back. It opened up a new tab. Okay, it's fine. Puppy party member? Was there one in there? I mean, maybe. I know so little about Persona. Oh, I see what you're saying here, right here. Yeah, it definitely does look like a dog. Interesting. Okay. So now we move to Persona 3 Portable. So this was when the game was adapted to the PlayStation Portable, and is the version that we are actually getting on all platforms today. So this is the initial trailer, the only trailer, at least that I was able to find, for Persona 3 Portable. Every time Every time this freaking rating thing has popped up, I swear it's gaining words. I swear. I feel like that first trailer, it had like blood and violence. And then it was like blood, sexual themes, and violence. Blood, partial nudity, sexual themes, violence. And now we got language added on there. And it's like, it's rated M, y'all. You got people shooting themselves in the head for power. The tone in these trailers are so different.
The power you used, we call it persona.
Only a select few wield the power of a persona.
As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
The stronger your social links, the more powerful your persona ability.
Was that supposed to be Igor?
This is Tartarus, the labyrinth that reveals itself during the dark hour.
These are shadows we're talking about here. Without your persona, you're
It's way
screwed.
different than his vibrating,
Those who set
distorted,
foot in the
deep
Velvet
voice in
Room
Persona
are all
5.
destined to embark on this search for identity.
I missed out on pre-ordering to get the hat. Oh, shame. Shame. If only I was there 12 years ago. I wonder if there are still romances for the female protagonist. That would be something that I personally would want to look up before choosing that. Because this is one of the things that is unique about Persona 3 Portable. Persona 3 Portable, this is a good opportunity to talk about some of the differences, okay? One of the two largest of which is that in Persona 3 Portable, you do have the option of the female protagonist, and you have the ability to control all of your party members. You don't in the older versions of Persona 3, okay? In Persona 3 and Persona 3 FES, you control only the person that you play as, and your other party members, you don't get to give individualized commands to the way that you're probably used to in Persona 4, Persona 5, or even like Final Fantasy style games where you give each of them individualized inputs. Now, the reason though that some people still really subscribe to the older Persona 3 games, if my understanding is correctly, is for cutscene purposes and I believe some voice work and stuff. I could be wrong, and you're most welcome to correct me on that. If you're already typing a comment, please continue to do so. But those are the main differences, is that you do is the option of the protagonist choice in terms of their gender and the ability to control all your party members, but there is, I believe, content that was actually removed in terms of a couple of cutscenes from Persona 3/FES into Persona 3 Portable. I don't know the details of them, but if I'm remembering the conversations that I saw people talking about when these modern ports were announced, that was the main reason that people were like, can't believe they chose Persona 3 Portable instead of Persona 3 or instead of FES. And personally, without the knowledge of what the true definitive difference is, I would rather, from a gameplay perspective, what you get out of Persona 3 Portable in terms, not necessarily the gender selection of the main character, although I do like that option, but I like to be able to control all of my party members. In games that give you the choice between, like, have your party members, like, auto battle or act within, like, a strategy or something, or just choosing their actions myself, I always choose their actions myself. So having that option in Persona 3 Portable versus not having it in FES is a very significant difference to me, and why I would definitely want Portable over FES. Okay, so now we're going to jump 12 years to the future, and we're going to see these. We have two videos, and we're going to have to try and catch the parts that are meaningful to us in these, because these are the announcement trailers and the guide trailers for Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden being brought to modern systems. So there won't be a whole lot in these, because these also have Persona 4 in them and Persona 5 in them. So it looks like with the Persona 3 section, this first trailer is only about 30 seconds long. So we will see what it looks like now. Hopefully they made some visual improvements, at least a little bit of upscaling, you know. That'd be nice. Looks like Persona. Oh, that looks pretty solid, actually. Okay, that's it for Persona 3. Then it's going to go into Persona 4, and we're going to check that out in another video. But this looks nice, okay? I mean, obviously, it could just be because this video is actually in 1080p instead of 480p and stuff like that. But obviously, these are assets from 15 years ago, but they definitely look like they've at least been put through like an upscaling filter to make them look decent on modern screens. So you're not going to, without an immense amount of work on the level of a remake, get better than this, but this still looks good to where I wouldn't like feel uncomfortable playing it in terms of like trying to like see through the grain and stuff. This looks perfectly fine, especially because it looks like the artwork itself, maybe they already had high quality versions of these artworks saved locally, because that happens a lot. You'll have like a 1080p artwork that is available in files for old games. Well, not necessarily in the game files, but they had it like at the studio. But for the sake of the game and the screen that it was going to be on, it's all been downscaled to, you know, like 240p and stuff like that. So maybe they had to redraw it, maybe it's upscaled, but regardless, it looks pretty darn good. So all right, and then we have Morgana's Guide to Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. Thankfully, it looks like Persona. Wait, did you intermix these, or does it just change that quickly? I don't know. We'll find out.
Hey everyone, Mona
Hi.
here. I was doing some sleuthing around and got word that there are other Persona users out there. There was a case at Gekkoukan High School. I'm hearing something about an hour hidden between one day and the next.
Not a cat.
Called the Dark Hour. And the sudden appearance of a massive tower called Tartarus, filled to the brim with shadows. Apparently, only a select group of high school Persona users have the ability to investigate during the Dark Hour. They, even have a Persona-wielding dog?
Heck yeah. That's Persona 4. Let me see if we get back to Persona 3 in here at some point. Because that's still Persona 4, still Persona 4. Is that Persona 4? No, that is definitely Persona 3. Hang on. Because that's Persona 4, because I see Chie. Let me see what we got here.
I won't say too much, but something tells me the Phantom Thieves can learn a thing or two from these powerful Persona users.
They're
You can
actually
check out these
intermixing
cases
them,
in
okay.
Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden, coming January 19th, 2023.
Okay. We'll check out the rest of the Persona 4 stuff in the Persona 4 video that we're going to be doing. That'll be up the day after you watch this one. Anyway, so that's Persona 3 Portable. Man, here's the problem, right, is I don't have enough time, and I would love to play Persona 3 Portable. I will play it eventually. The question is just when, because right now we are getting to enjoy going through Persona 5 Royal, and I normally don't want to stay in the same franchise. That way you kind of get a palate cleanser from something else before you go back to whatever it was before, especially when you play a lot of games. So anyway, that's a conversation for another time, but that's Persona 3 Portable. I'm glad that it looks as good as it does on these modern trailers, because you know, obviously these videos were old, right? And like those first trailers were literally 240p, but definitely was not a great way to communicate what the game looks like when we're going to be able to play it here in a day or two, you know? So that's Persona 3 Portable. I'm very much looking forward to it. I was very taken aback by Persona 4 Golden when I played it a couple of years ago, because I never touched a Persona game. I had missed them for the most part. I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so I didn't ever touch Persona 3 or 4 when they came out on the console, and I didn't, because of that, I just kind of never actually got into the franchise. But I took the opportunity with Persona 4 Golden on Steam, and I was really glad that I did, because I do think that it's an incredible experience, and Persona 5 is proving to be the exact same way. And I bet Persona 3 will as well. Although it'll be interesting to see, because there was definitely some moments in Persona 4 where you're like, okay, this is definitely older, right? And Persona 3 Portable is even older than that. Although it is interesting to see just how similar in a visual appearance that Persona 3 and Persona 4 are, they definitely were released a bit closer together. At least it feels that they were, so that they have a much closer visual style. Not just the artwork. Persona's artwork's very identifiable, but the actual gameplay parts in terms of what the characters look like and their perspectives and stuff, especially compared to Persona 5, which was just such a massive upgrade compared to Persona 4 in terms of visual and presentation and the way that everything is actually, you know, put forth in front of you. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually holds up today, even with, you know, the option of upscalers and stuff like that. So let me know what your thoughts are on Persona 3 Portable. If you want to share your thoughts on which version you prefer between FES or P3P, please feel welcome to do so. If you want to really break down the differences for us about why one you think is better than the other, or what just the differences are, I'd welcome that as well. I will be playing Persona 3 Portable when it's available on modern platforms. I mean, not when it comes out, but like when we get around to it, we will be playing the version that is available on modern platforms, because it will have these upgrades. And I know that emulators are an option, but as I said, really that gameplay mechanic is the biggest incentive for me to play Portable over FES, even if there is a very strong argument otherwise. But I'd still love to just know what the difference is for my own like knowledge and curiosity. So if you feel like sharing it, let us know. Otherwise, just let us know what your thoughts are in general in the comments below, or keep up the conversation elsewhere. Two great places to do so are Discord and Twitter. Speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can place links of your own that we can check out together live on stream, because we do stream on Twitch, and I would love to see you there. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do watch one of the other videos on the channel, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.
Thank you.